Among the gods of ancient myth, few figures command the heavens like the thunder god. In Norse mythology, Thor rules with his hammer, Mjolnir, summoning storms and defending the cosmos from chaos. But among the Slavic peoples, the skies rumbled under the might of Perun, the god of thunder, lightning, war, and law. Though he belongs to a different pantheon than Thor, Perun shares many of the same attributes and mythic roles, underscoring the shared Indo-European heritage of sky deities that stretched from Scandinavia to the steppes. Perun is considered the chief deity in early Slavic mythology, worshipped by Eastern and Southern Slavs before the Christianization of their lands. His name derives from the Proto-Indo-European root per or perkunos, meaning to strike, the same linguistic ancestor that gave rise to perkunas in Baltic myth, Parjanya in Vedic tradition, and even elements of Thor's name and role in Norse myth. This root points to a primal reverence for the sky as a force of both creative and destructive energy. Perun is typically depicted as a muscular, bearded man wielding a mighty axe, hammer, or bow that shoots thunderbolts. He rides a chariot pulled by goats or horses across the stormy sky, flashing lightning and booming thunder as he moves. In his hand, he holds a weapon of divine justice, cast down upon enemies and oathbreakers. Like Thor, Perun is a protector of order, battling chaos to preserve the cosmic balance. His primary adversary is Veles, a serpent-like god of the underworld, cattle, and commerce. The eternal battle between Perun and Veles represents the cosmic struggle between the heavens and the underworld, law and disorder, storm and serpent. Veles is often seen as a trickster or thief who steals Perun's cattle, wife, or treasures, provoking a sky-shaking storm in response. Perun hurls his thunderbolts at Veles, who hides in trees, rivers, or caves, until Perun finds and strikes him. The storm subsides only once order is restored. This myth is almost identical in structure to Thor's battles with the Jotnar, or the world serpent Jormungandr, with Thor throwing Mjolnir across the sky to defeat his enemies. The storm becomes the battlefield where divine law is upheld through thunder and lightning. In both mythologies, these battles explain the natural world. Storms are not just weather, but divine warfare playing out above the earth. Perun was venerated with great reverence, especially among the Kievan Rus, who installed idols of him on hills and in city centers. His symbols included the oak tree, commonly associated with lightning strikes, the axe, the hammer, the arrow, and the wheel, often representing the sun or the cycle of the year. His sacred animals included the eagle and the bull, strong, sky-connected beasts that emphasized his power. Offerings to Perun were made to ensure justice, victory, and good harvests, and communities held festivals in his honor during summer, coinciding with storms and lightning season. Fires were lit, oaths were sworn, and sacrifices, sometimes animal, sometimes symbolic, were made to secure his favor. Warriors in particular looked to Perun for strength, protection, and legitimacy. As Christianity spread through the Slavic world, Perun's worship was actively suppressed, but never completely erased. He was often syncretized with Saint Elijah, who, like Perun, rode in a chariot through the sky and hurled lightning bolts. In folk religion, Perun's rituals and stories survived through oral tradition, customs, and seasonal celebrations, particularly in rural areas where pagan beliefs persisted long after official conversion. In modern times, Slavic neo-pagan movements such as Rodnovery have revived the worship of Perun, honoring him as a god of strength, integrity, and natural law. These modern practices draw from ancient texts, archaeology, and folklore, reimagining Perun as not just a historical deity, but a spiritual symbol of balance, justice, and nature's raw power. The parallels between Perun and Thor are impossible to ignore. Both are storm gods, both wield hammers or axes, both defend the world against chaos serpents, and both are deeply tied to oaths and honor. They even share sacred days, Thursday, Thor's Day, in Germanic cultures, and similar midweek associations in Slavic traditions. This deep alignment reveals the Indo-European thunder god archetype, a figure who crosses cultural boundaries and speaks to a universal human need to understand and personify the sky. Perun's myth also emphasizes the cyclical nature of order and chaos. His battles with Veles are not final. Each year, Veles returns, storms rise again, and Perun must reassert control. This eternal rhythm echoes through the seasons, through harvest cycles, and even into the Norse idea of Ragnarok, where gods must face the end and begin again. In the thunder that shakes the forest, the bolt that splits the oak, and the storm that cleanses the earth, Perun lives on. Whether seen through the lens of ancient Slavs or compared to his Norse cousin Thor, Perun remains a god of force, of law, of flame and sky. His hammer still strikes, his voice still rolls in the storm.